The main thing that black women miss the trick on is that black men already know that black women only date black men generally. So it's like I'd say it's like a 90% split. Maybe 10% might date outside, 90% only go for black men. So that means we already know your hand. So we already know, oh, you need this, you need that, you need blah 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 blah. But actually, you're only gonna date me. So me existing, I'm already good enough. Not realistically, but I mean, as in you're only gonna select from me, and there's no real way I'm gonna lose you because you're not gonna look anywhere else.
Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here and go over a TikTok video and an old YouTube video, and really the old YouTube video, which by the way is 13 years old, was sent to me in the form of a TikTok video, but I remember this video since before I got on YouTube, and this video is basically proving what I've been telling you guys for a while with this passport bro movement and the weaponization of foreign women. As you guys already know, in my commentary, I frequently tell you guys that as black women, you should really tune out the manipulation and the deceitful tactics of bandits who understand that you are their only resource. So therefore, they seek to keep you in this perpetual state of black male worship toxicity where all of the benefits go to them and you are simply disenfranchised as their mules. One of the things that they did in the past to keep you in this state of chasing them and thinking they're the prize is weaponizing access to women of no color over you. And if we go over the history, they've been interested in women of no color. They fought the Supreme Court to be in relationships with women of no color. The first time they did this was with the case Pace v. Alabama, which was about 18 years after the emancipation of slavery. Now, these are a group of failed males. They do not stand up to any measure of manhood. They've dropped the ball in every way possible. They're completely dependent on another group of men. They're cowardly. They don't want to compete with other men. They are either comparing themselves to women, you, or trying to become you, because they recognize in this society that they have failed as males and that they're literally in a position to where they can barely, if at all, recover from it. So at this point, in order for bandits to actually step up to the mantle of manhood, they would have to do too much. They would have to compete with too many groups of men, because although nearly every group of males have been disenfranchised, bandits have been disenfranchised the most. And that's because they don't stand for anything. They're weak. They're cowardly. There is something inherent in their pathology that makes them the most susceptible to this. And this is something that we really need to understand. And because it is ingrained in the psyche of males to have dominance and power and they have none, they're trying to use women as a means of compensating for the lack of power and the weakness that they display really to everybody on the face of the planet. It's starting to look like the only people who don't realize how weak, ineffective, and expendable these bandits are the women who give birth to them, which are black women. And so if you're not going to stop giving birth to them, what you should do is recognize who you are dealing with and stop dealing with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you two different videos, because now that they failed with their preferences, women of no color, they are now doing the same thing with foreign women with this passport bro movement. But a lot of black women don't really see that they're doing the same thing. And that's because you can't teach old bandits new tricks. These are not smart people. So at the end of the day, all they're going to do is recycle the same tricks, and unfortunately black women are falling for it. So just like they used to weaponize women of no color against you and talk about how much more submissive and feminine, fit and friendly, cooperative, and not having an attitude they are with their real lice infected hair, they are now doing that with foreign women. So I'm going to show you two videos, because now, because they've already turned women of no color into single mothers, and their biracial offspring and their preferences are all over social media exposing them, they are now moving on to foreign women. And it's really the same thing, and it's going to produce the same results, but I want to show you this so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But before I get into that, I do want to give a shout out and thanks to everyone who contributes to the content on this channel. If you would like to contribute, you can do so by emailing me. The email is in the description box and pinned to the comment section. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel. When you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe to all notifications so you'll know every time I go live and when I upload new content.
If you've been considering homeschooling or feel your child is not thriving in public school, consider the Zyx Institute. This is a STEM-based, Afro-centered educational program for Black youth. Children can attend daily classes online or in the classroom at one of their 2 New York-based facilities. You can also make a tax-deductible donation to this nonprofit organization using PayPal, or you can donate via GoFundMe using the links in the description box. So go to thezyxinstitute.org and enroll your child today.
Now, I want to show you these two videos, and like I said in the beginning, the first video is actually from 13 years ago. This was before I even got on YouTube, and I was actually shocked when I first got on social media. Social media is relatively new, although it is very powerful. Back in the day when bandits were engaging in their treason, they were doing so via print and music, because there's a lot of old country and blues songs that are popping up in which bandits are in it talking about your skin tone, talking about your hair, basically doing the same thing they've been doing, which is degrading and demeaning you. They were also, when they had magazines like Jet Magazine and Ebony Magazine, they would promote the notion of non-black women being better than black women as well. Now, what black women should have done is respond to this in kind and walk away from these failed males who have been oppressed the longest of any male group, but instead black women decided to worship these bandits. And when they began to worship them, the behavior simply got more toxic and more treasonous. So now, after going to the Supreme Court to petition for access to these women, after promoting the desire for non-black women in all of their historical print advertising, once social media became a thing, they immediately jumped on social media. And I remember when I first got on MySpace and I started seeing all of these bandits in videos and making posts about their desire for women of no color, but there was also something that was beginning as well. The more women of no color began to deal with bandits, the more they became single mothers, the more they got put through the ringer, the more they suffered from the same abuse that these bandits were inflicting on us. And so now that they've already turned them into single mothers, they've already failed, these women are exposing them, they're doing the same thing with these foreign women with this passport bro movement. And I'm gonna need black women to understand that you're dealing with the same thing, just with another group of women. These are not desired males, they are not intellectual males, they are males who do the same thing over and over and over and never learn from their mistakes, because they're not looking to change themselves. They're looking for scapegoats. They blame everything on black women and men of no color. They've destroyed the community, contribute to all of the crime and violence and degeneracy in it nearly, yet they're always pointing the finger at black women. Yet while they're complaining and blaming black women, their preferences are simultaneously complaining about them and validating everything that black women are saying. But this doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, these bandits are still going to get worshipped. They have been getting worshipped, and they're going to continue to get worshipped, because unfortunately, we have a community full of low self-valuing, low self-esteem having women who have allowed these bandits to manipulate them into thinking that they don't have any options. And that's a very dangerous position for you to be in. The most dangerous position for a woman to be in is a position to where she doesn't believe that she have any any other options except the abusive, exploitative males within her community. And by and large, that's where black women are. So what black women will do is they'll chase after these bandits. They'll compete with their preferences. Bandits were once saying that you were too sexually chaste and you wouldn't put out, so they had to go get Becky, who's more likely to jump in the bed with them upon first meeting. Now they're calling you thoughts. Now they're calling you 304s. Now they're saying that you're too promiscuous after they baited you into competing with their more promiscuous options. They're doing the same thing. Now they're comparing you to foreign women. Now they're waving their passports and talking about how they got to go get this next group of women without having to account for what happened with Becky. So I'm going to show you these two videos, and some of you may recognize this video, and then I'm going to show you another video from these passport bandits because I want you to see how this is exactly the same thing. So I want you to look at them closely, look at the resemblances, take notes if you need to, and then when I come back, we're going to discuss both of them. Go ahead and look at these videos. I'll come back for further commentary.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, why is it that black guys like white girls so much? Like, why do you, what the fuck? Why do you think?
Well, the benefits are...
The benefits? What the fuck? Alright, come on. The benefits?
Yeah. The
Why you
reason
talk-
why black men like white girls is
Why you talking
because
so low? I can't hear you. What?
we don't have to pay for our hair, and it's real.
Oh, shit. What? You don't gonna...
And while we're having sex, they don't have to worry about pulling out a track.
Oh, damn. Why you going in? So, white black guys like white girls because of the hair thing?
Yeah, what person wouldn't want real hair to pull on?
I know, well...
Because if you pull out a black girl's track, they'll be quick to sit here and fight you.
Oh, shit. So, hey, damn, you going in, huh? So that's why black guys... Well, I personally like white girls just because... I mean, it's not necessarily like I like white girls more than any other race, but it just seems like they're the ones with the least attitude out of all of them. You know what I mean?
I think that's the main reason why black men like white girls. I ask the question all the time, what is it about white girls that you like? And the answer is we don't have as much attitude as the black girls do because they're so quick to give an attitude when you ask them to do something for them or for you.
That shit might be true because I know, like, when I'm out and I'm at a fucking drive-through or asking for directions or customer service, anything, 9 times out of 10, not saying that it's always like that, but 9 times out of 10, if I'm dealing with my own race of female, they're quick to give you an attitude after the second or third question. You know what I mean?
And we're so quick to help out and give no attitude. Like, what do you need? What can we help you with?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. What about
And we white women stand by our man through thick and thin. Black girls so quick to leave when the son their bank account goes broke.
So what you trying to say? I know white girls is...
Yeah, I mean, some white girls do it, but majority of black girls look at black guys thinking, oh, I want all his money, but when he doesn't have that much money, they go to the next one.
But you know what I hear a lot of black girls say that, black women, they say that we only like white girls because they bow down to our every wish. But
it's not about bowing down to every wish. It's just we know how to train our man.
Black American women are the most masculine women on earth. And so, like, a lot of the times, black women, like, they'll always ask me, like, why I'm not dating a black woman. And it's like, you know, if I'm going outside and I'm fighting off demons and dragons and trying to provide, like, the best lifestyle for my future, like, children and my significant other, like, I don't want to come home to another battle at home, right? I don't want to be sleeping next to someone who is, like, domineering, who is, like, very like outspoken, like, very masculine. Yeah, I definitely prefer Thai women for sure.
Now, you guys saw those videos, and listen, this is clown shit. Bandits are pathetic. Everybody knows this. You literally have the most treasonous group of bandits sitting up in videos with women who don't like them, don't see them as a prize, and only see them as a lick, demeaning and degrading the womb from which they came. And this is why I'm going to continue to emphasize that you should really think carefully about whether or not you want to continue to birth this into existence, because at the end of the day, black women, who are we to complain about what these bandits are doing when we continue to give birth to them? But I want to get into these videos because I don't want this one to be too long, and there's 2 videos that we have to discuss. But right off the bat, even though these videos are 13 years apart, you can see that they're very similar in every way, shape, and form. You have in both of these videos 2 low self-esteem having bandits sitting in them with non-black women as they talk negatively about black women, compare them to their preferences, and demean and degrade you. And the thing about these women is, because I do want to talk about this as well, the reason why they're seen as low tier is because of the very behaviors that they engage in this video. If you're too dumb to understand that if a man doesn't value the womb that he came from and the women in his community who support him, advocate for him, and give him life, then he can't love you. He's clearly wallowing in self-hatred. He's using you as an escape method. He's scapegoating the women in his community for his own failures as a man, and these women somehow don't seem to understand that. And that's why they became the single mothers. That's why the tables turned.
Tables turn, the tables turn. What goes around comes back around.
And these bandits start putting hands, feet, TVs, phones, and everything on them, because these are not smart decisions that these women are making. And I couldn't care whether she was in Thailand or whether she was in Maine. The reality is well known that bandits are treasonous, non-committal, promiscuous, disease-ridden, abusive. They don't get married, they don't value family, they don't provide, they don't protect, they don't do anything. And these women have been witnessing this for generation after generation after generation. Y'all are not going to convince me that women of no color didn't consume all of that so-called propaganda about the black community, where bandits have been typecast as absentee fathers. It's so widely known that bandits abandon manhood, they abandon responsibility, they abandon fatherhood. Yet these low-tier throwback women run towards them as if they're actually getting a prize. And the reason they run towards them is because they have no value amongst the men in their community, and rightfully so. Because if you a slum with the lowest of low, then you clearly have no value to anybody else. You need to understand that there's a certain pathology to these women who are attracted to a group of males who are very treasonous, disloyal, and demean and degrade the womb that they came from. There's nothing normal about that. This is an extreme abnormality, and that's why you don't see other groups of men doing this. You don't see men of no color sitting in videos with black women or Asian women of no color demeaning and degrading women of no color. They may say that a black woman is their preference or an Asian woman is their preference, but what they won't do is demean and degrade the women who give life to them. Bandits do this, and the reason they do this is because they get away with it, and quite frankly it works. Because again, this is the same okie doke that they ran on you with women of no color. And if you watch both of the videos, then you see that they are nearly the exact same. The same verbiage, the same reasoning, sitting in the video with a non-black woman, comparing her to whatever preference, talking about her attitude. Even in the Passport Bro one, this bandit set up in here talking about he already has to go out into the world and slay dragons and demons. What type dragons and demons are bandits slaying? Because last I checked, y'all are nothing as bitches nesting under the skirts of non-black women. You ain't really going out and doing nothing. I want you to notice how delusional they are, though. In their mind, they are going out into society, putting in work, competing with men, building and overcoming obstacles, and in reality they're not. Bandits are not doing anything. They don't build anything. They don't own anything. They don't have any resources. They barely have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, yet they will actually sit up here and act like they're out in society doing something meaningful when they are not. Everyone knows that bandits are the nothing ass bitches of society, and we know that because everybody is complaining about bandits basically being the nothing ass bitches of society. Not providing, not protecting, not taking care of their children, not committing, not getting married, just not doing anything that other men do. And this is the problem here. But then they got the nerve to sit up in a video and act like they're out in the world putting in some work to build something. Like, yeah, right. These bandits are delusional, and so are their preferences. And at this point, the preferences are getting exactly what they deserve, because they should be smart enough to observe what these bandits have done to their community and what they've done to the women in their community and make smarter decisions, yet they don't. But what I want black women to understand is this is the same okie doke. Stop falling for their lies. Stop falling for their deception. Stop thinking that you're missing something. The best thing these bandits can do is go be a burden to another group of women and prove everything that you've been saying to be true. Because you've been complaining about them, and now their preferences are complaining about the same thing in this country. And because they have failed, even amongst the women who they claim have everything that they want in terms of qualities and looks, now they're out talking about how they got to get their passport. So don't continue to fall for this okie doke. Realize what this really is. And that's why I wanted to show you these two videos, because you literally have two videos from two different time eras. The first one is literally 13 years ago. And now in 2023, they're doing the same thing with foreign women, talking about how they got to go get their passports and escape black women, when in reality, you're trying to escape your failure with everybody, including your preferences. Black women, stop falling for the okie doke and see these bandits for who they really are. This is a manipulative tactic to keep you under their thumb, because at the end of the day, you are the only asset that they have. And if you walk away, it's a wrap for them. You guys get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about these videos. What do you think about the fact that you have a video from 13 years ago literally mirroring a passport bro video from this year? What do you think about what they're saying and the similarities and how they're talking about attitudes and submissiveness? What do you think about the fact that they were once praising women of no color as their preference, and now they're sitting up here talking about how they have to go all the way out of the country to third world countries just to get a woman to submit to them? Whatever you think, get in the comment section, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. And when you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe to all notifications so you'll know every time I go live and when I upload new content. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next one.
She talked about you, about what you do, but where her man at though?
Yeah.